Hello guys, my name is Kaimana Kane, and today I'm going to be giving you a book review on Way of the Warrior Kid for the Field Manual. So I'm actually pretty surprised about this book on how it's taught me, but it also had some flashbacks from the other book. And there's also some just catchphrases, and they're like, guess who can do more pull-ups than me, like my Uncle Jake. And I'm just surprised that this book was filled about that. It wasn't necessarily not any information. There was a lot of information that didn't get put into the past 3 books. And there's 5 books that I know of in the series. Book 1, Book 2, Book 3, Book 4, The Field Manual, which we're doing right now, and Book 5, Letters from Uncle Jake. So if you haven't watched the other book reviews, make sure to check them out after this one. And you can do all of them if you want, but I just recommend doing the Way of the Warrior Kid 1, 2, and 3. And here's a catchphrase on the back. This is about everything, which I think it goes with discipline equals freedom. So if you don't know what discipline means, discipline means if your dad gives you a homework assignment, or your teacher gives you a homework assignment, you don't procrastinate to the very end of the day or the very morning that you have to get up at 6:30 in the morning to do an hour worth of math problems. Just you take a shower, take off your clothes, change your clothes, brush your teeth, and then you do your homework. You don't watch TV or something. You don't play a board game with your sister or brother. It just teaches you a lot about that. And once you got all the work out of the way, which causes you discipline, you have freedom. So my dad always tells me, work first, play later, which is basically discipline equals freedom. So actually, you guys can learn a lot about that in this book too. So the field manual consists everything you need, from which foods you should eat in the morning, to how to do some exercises, and what big words means, like dedication, discipline, which I already told you, accountability, and stuff like that. So I really like this book, and I'm gonna give you a quick sneak peek about what this book has inside. So a lot of things I've learned, what are carbohydrates. And if you don't know what carbohydrates are, you will learn in this book, but I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of I'm going to inform you about what carbohydrates are. So all your favorite junk foods, they may not be your favorite, but they're just pretty junky junk food. Like cheeseburgers and hot dogs and ice cream and donuts and just a bunch of stuff like that. Snickerdoodles, cookies and stuff like that. It gives you an actual basic exclamation, there's sugars, there's chemicals, there's carbohydrates, and they're machine processed. Why do I have such trouble saying that word? But that's really all it mentions in this book about food. It also tells you what to eat in the morning, after you should eat some meat because it gives you protein, salad, what you should eat down just to clear your inner system. After, it gives you a lot of things about food that I didn't even know. It gives you some exercise techniques, like how to do lunges, and my dad also tells me this: when you're doing lunges, don't put your knees all the way to the ground. You want to keep it an inch off the ground, maybe. Because that actually works your muscles more than just letting it fall to the ground. You should just keep it 1 inch above the ground, or at least above the ground, but not all the way up here, because that's not 1 inch. But it also teaches you some exercises I didn't know, but I'd rather not mention them right now, because in here you can figure it out. But it also mentioned some exercises I knew, and it taught me how to do them, how to do lunges properly, how to do Supermans, just basically when you lay down on your belly and you lift your knees and your arms, like you lift both of your legs, both of your arms above the ground and like hold it for a second and then let it fall down. But not let it fall down like that. You want to go like nice and easy to the ground, because that's also working your muscles by putting it to the ground. And most of this I just learned from reading this book, and well, it's a field manual, so what can I expect? But anyways, it also tells you how to do pull-ups, and it also goes on flashbacks of like how to gain knowledge and some tips and tricks on how to like maybe master your multiplication facts or your division facts, or even just basic addition on how to keep your mind sharp and, well, ready for about anything. So it just really teaches you a lot about that. And in this book, it didn't really mention a lot. It was just like, hey, look at all this knowledge I gained. And it shows an image of like a picture of his head, gigantic. But aside from the point, this book is really good. I recommend on you guys getting it. Also, here's some like Warrior Kid podcast, warriorkid.com. But there's another thing I want to point out. Jocko Willink, the author of this book, and a huge shout out to Jocko Willink and John Bozak. So I don't really know John Bozak that well, but I do know Jocko Willink. And if you guys don't know what jiu-jitsu is, and if you have not watched all my other videos, jiu-jitsu is a martial arts sport without punching or kicking, and basically getting you comfortable in uncomfortable position. And you should watch my other videos after this one, or you can look at these Warrior Kid book reviews. Either any of them, I really recommend you to do it. But also watch the Lynch Lock and all those jiu-jitsu videos. And Jocko Willink, well, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, which is crazy because it takes like, well, you just gotta be really good at jiu-jitsu. And also, he was a he was a Navy SEAL, and it's basically like the whole plot of the past three books. Well, Jocko Willink in the book is supposed to be Uncle Jake, but aside from the point, this book was really good. I recommend you guys reading it, and I hope you like my book review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And Jocko Willink out of here.